All righty. As the other window opens, get the tech check in order. And I'm so glad that you're able to join me. Last week we had to reschedule because
Yes, life happens.
out. Yeah, it does. It does. And you can go ahead and let whoever that is. All right, let me turn this down because we all the way live. All the way live. All
That's what we'll
right.
add next time, some music in the background, some theme music.
Yeah, girl, but it's always yes, it's gonna have to be some. Hey, look, I did do my guitar lessons this morning now,
Oh
honey.
my goodness. You do everything. Good Lord. Where do you find the time?
I don't. Look, that's why I've had a guitar for 20 plus years. I used to be in a band, girl. A whole life is about experiencing things, right?
That's very
Get
true.
in, get
Very
out,
true.
put your toes in it. Oh, I can do it. No, I can't. Yes, I can. So
That's right. That's right. You're right. And then learn new things about yourself along the way. I love that.
yes, for sure. Ah, man, today is June the 4th, 2026. I am Makeba Evans, global real estate professional, life coach, AI strategist, friend, mother, lover of life, grandmother. And in this role today, I am real estate professional extraordinaire. That's my hat that I'm wearing under all of this hair. And this is actually Smile Dial. It is Smile Dial. My tongue was rolling there. Smile Dial is a space that I have created for originally real estate professionals, but like Candace and I were speaking about, those of us who are entrepreneurs, powerpreneurs, we are selling. Yes,
Yeah.
relationships are the foundation of the business that we have, but there's something, a product or a service that we offer, and we need to pick up those
Mhm.
phones. We need to have those conversations. And this is a platform because virtual is the thing that we are doing. A lot of us are working from home or on vacation. Shoot, we could be
Yeah.
on vacation right now and still plugging in to work. And the thing about this space is about community. So, us as entrepreneurs, we can hop in here, we set our goals, we share our wins. We're here 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, from 9 to 11 Eastern Standard Time working. And from 8:30 to 9, I have different things happening in the room to help us prepare and get our minds situated. And today is the Lenders Lounge. And so Candace Williams has
Yes.
graced our virtual stage. She has come to love on us, and we are going to talk about what today, Candace?
We are talking about the doctor's loan, the prescription to homeownership.
Yes, but Candace, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself as well, please. Let the audience know we're live here in YouTube land.
Yes.
This is an opportunity. We have people in the building today as well, so we're thankful that you guys got up early. But Candace, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is the joy of my life is to share. And so my name is Candace Williams. I am a residential loan officer with Direct Lending Solutions. We help buy, finance, refi, and invest in real estate. The key is we make it easy because buying should never be difficult and owning is a right, not a privilege. So
Mm.
who am I behind the scenes when I'm not wearing my lender hat in the lender lounge? I am a wife of 15 years. I am a mother, and I say of 2 to 5 children, depending on my bonus children being in my household or my nephew, who I raised as well, being with me. But it is something special to me. It almost made me pause hearing myself say that. In addition to that, sister, friend, I am a proud member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So I'm
Pinkies
always
up.
here for
Gonna
my
do it, girl.
sisters.
Gonna sneak in, throw the pinky up, baby.
I'm always here for my community. But most importantly, I consider myself an educator. And so I consider myself an educator because processing and originating loans is super easy. It's a process. It's already defined. What I find is the biggest gap is that there is misinformation, There are myths that are out there. There are generational mindsets that need to be challenged and changed along the way. But also, it just comes with education. The more that people know, the more that they will experience, but also they will share, which then elevates our community as a whole. So that's my focus. That is who I am, and I'm here to serve. And I'm excited about today.
Oh, girl, I heard you say privilege, honey. Just like driving. I was telling you, I drove yesterday. It was like a hot 18-hour drive. And yes, owning a home is a privilege. It takes discipline
Mhm,
and being responsible. You know, as we're having that conversation out there, getting the mindsets together, a lot of people don't want to commit. They don't want that responsibility of
mhm.
what that maintenance is looking like. So yes, the rooms like this, having the conversations to prepare people for being responsible. You know, back in the day, we used to be able to go to grandmama's house, and that's where all the
Yes,
things happen and the memories were
yes,
created. You look on the wall, remember them old school wall pictures with the wall pictures on the wall, you walk around. We have photo albums, you
it's
know.
true. It's true. And that's missing today. Somewhere along the line, we've swapped work for convenience. And I know that is a challenging theme and it's a challenging, kind of polarizing opinion, but it still requires work. And
Yeah,
so when you think about your grandmother's house and your family's homes and land that you spent time on, they
yeah,
worked for that property. There was investment that was made, and sometimes it was sweat equity, sometimes it was dollars, but there was a work component. What I'm noticing now is that there's a transition of like, well, if it's not easy, then it's not for me.
yeah,
But you'd rather pay somebody else's mortgage rather than paying your own and building equity so that you can then pay it forward to be able to take care of the down payment for your children,
right.
the wedding, the home improvements, the new business that you want to start. I could go on and on. Like, this is the education and the motivator in me that's like, why are we buying this house?
Yeah, that
But
used to
yeah,
be a
that's
prideful thing.
somewhere along the way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Okay, let's get down. Let's
Okay.
get down to it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so Candace, please. Okay, so we're speaking about purchasing homes
Mhm.
happens in all walks of life in regards to what our professions are. So today we're going to be speaking about the physician's loan.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So can you
Yeah.
give us some briefly tell us what the qualifications are, and then we'll get into the questions.
Okay, yep. So the physician's loan is a unique financing loan for those that are medical professionals. And so there are designated professionals. So I want you to think just on a common level of people that you personally interact with because you're human, right? And we require medical care. So I would say your dentist, for example, number one, your MD, your medical doctor that you actually see. What about your veterinarian that you take your pet to? Orthodontists as well, and surgeons in the event of, right? So all of these people, and that's not the exclusive list, but that is the initial focus of who we'll kind of tap into because they're commonly known. But there is a loan program that is available to them that does not require them to put any money down. So it is what we refer to as 100% financing, meaning I don't have a minimum down payment. I can take the full purchase price and finance it into one. So we're talking about those individuals today. So this loan is based on specifically their occupation, just
Okay.
what they do on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. So are you going to get into the credit score, debt to
Mhm.
income
Yeah.
ratio? Okay.
Yeah. So beyond the occupation, they do need a 720 credit score. So that is the standard for those individuals in order to be eligible for the loan. And so some people say, well, why 700? You know, when typical loans are about 580. Well, one is 100% financing, so there's no money down. But then also, because the purchase price tends to be higher for this classification of buyer based on their occupation alone and their income, then there's more risk associated with that. So, 720 credit score. I know the question is going to come up regarding the student loans. The benefit of this loan program is student loans are excluded. There is a special calculation that we use for student loans. So you'll find that that is one of the initial challenges that you'll hear. I want to purchase, but do
Mhm.
you know that I owe $300,000 in student loans? And immediately they kind of check themselves out of the process. But now you have good information and new information to share to say, hey, actually, I know an option for you to purchase that home that you desire where your student loans do not limit you. Would you like to know more?
Mm.
And that's that sales relationship component that comes into play.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
Hmm.
I mean, there we go. We are going to see the doc, go see the doctor. Live
Yes.
my life. I grew up with music. Let's you saw it
Go.
pop in my head at that moment. I had to get it out. I had to get it out.
Yes. Everybody.
Yes, we are. And my dogs have doctors. Like you said, they have
Mhm.
they have
Yeah.
to go see the doctors. Candace and I were playing around with our settings. And you saw I just zoom in on my face. I don't know why I did that. Look, I got big.
We liked it. We liked it.
That was my crew, my virtual crew behind me making the adjustments. It scared me for a minute. I see how when I spotlight people, they be like, "Oh," so that's what just happened. Look. Well, good, Candace. Thank you. Okay, so my next question is, why do physicians wait?
Yeah, the number one reason that physicians wait is because their medical journey and their income journey is so long that one, they need to get to a point where they feel like they have sufficient income in order to purchase. So that's number one. And then number two is the student loan burden. They absolutely believe that their student loans disqualify them. And in the traditional sense, they're actually right. I mean, think about it. Typically, in a loan process, we're using 1% of the person's balance as an estimated monthly payment. That would knock most people out of the equation from being able to purchase anything, especially at the student loan amount. They also don't have any mortgage insurance. So, as you know, for mortgage insurance is an insurance that is applied based on the loan type. It can be forever, it can be temporary, but it is an insurance to kind of protect the lender in the event that you do not pay back appropriately or timely. And so there's no mortgage insurance on this loan. So that's an additional benefit because there's not an additional $100 to $300 applied to the monthly payment in order for them to purchase the home. So that's another benefit. And then the other one is they can actually use 1099 contract and future employment to qualify.
Okay.
So, what do I mean by that? That means that if I'm a resident, which means that I'm not necessarily, I'm still learning and working at the same time as a resident, but I haven't entered into my full like healthy contract yet. This is where you swing from like making 30,000 a year to 400,000 a year real fast. Even if you're not in that spectrum yet and it has not been completed, you absolutely still have the opportunity to use that future employment to qualify. So this is great for relocating physicians, which is a big deal. Look at where we live in the metro area here. And so there are hospital systems that are recruiting across the country and internationally. So it's a great opportunity.
Love that. Love that.
Hmm.
Wow. And the waiting part is they're so busy doing the other stuff,
Yeah.
balancing, taking care of us, you know,
Yes.
studying still and building their relationships. So yeah,
Hmm.
renting, would a lot of times be easier with the
Yes.
10 doctors in the same like the TV shows, that they all live together.
All in eating ramen.
Definitely. Okay. So why is it that these medical professionals don't know that this exists? Real
Yeah.
estate agents? Tell us why.
Number number one, no one is talking to them about it.
Yes.
So those that I have connected with, I ask them, you know, has anyone ever talked to you about this, or did you know that these options exist? And they said no. What I learn is academic. What I'm continuously receiving in my professional environment, in my school environment, is academic. It has nothing to do with like how I run life
Yes.
after. And so they don't know. No one's talking about it. And actually, I think the other thing is no one is just kind of knocking on their door either and having these conversations. Now, personally, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we done with the exam?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Let me tell you something.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
not the one to
We're
gossip, but you ain't heard it from me.
right, exactly, exactly. Anybody in the office maybe considering, just whatever I can do. And
Rally
they
up, rally
laugh.
up.
Of course they laugh and they're like, "No, I didn't know that. What do you mean? Tell me more." And
Yeah.
immediately, guess what they're about to do? They're going to go Google it. They're going to look it up on chat. They're going to do something in order to get the details about it. But
Mhm.
you want to be the resource. You want to be that go-to person because think about it. This is a recession-proof occupation. You're
Mm-hmm.
always going to earn.
Yeah.
You're always going to buy.
Yeah.
So it gives you an opportunity to be able to tap into a group that most people don't have any conversations with other than what's medically wrong.
Right. That's great insight or input for sure. Okay, and something to make sure because we oftentimes one of our flaws as business owners is that follow up. So now we have created the interest. They're Googling
Yeah.
and Google is doing its work, baby. So if you're not following up to see if they're ready to have the conversation or when they want to schedule the appointment, or they're gonna start getting pop-up and ads from some other
Yes, they
mortgage
will.
professional or real estate professional that's paying for it. So once you've
Mhm.
opened that door to the conversation, make sure that you're following up.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
The follow up is key.
Okay, so the best way to approach the physician while you're putting your clothes back on and you putting a little skimpy robe back around you, a little paper dress.
That's definitely me. I'm like, hey, and I use the example on the last session that I did when I said, I was at the vet and I had my dog. And I told the vet, I said, like, you have to fix whatever's going on or he needs to find a new home. And she's like looking at me like, is this lady crazy? And so she's giving me a ton of instructions, all of these prescriptions, all of these things. And I'm holding him and I'm just thinking, when is the opportunity that I can tell you that there is a loan option that is available? And so I did that exactly, waited until she finished. And I said, hey, thank you so much. You've helped me so much. So I want to be able to help you. And so, did you know there's a loan option that's available to veterinarians that allows you to purchase with no money down? And she was like, what? What? And I said, yeah. Do you own a home? And she said, yes, I do. I said, well, what about any residents that you have or other physicians in the office? And it started a whole dialogue.
Mhm.
And guess what? Two people from her office called me.
Okay.
Two people from her office called me. One, because I followed up, and
Mhm.
also I just hit them with the information that was necessary. No money down. How
Yeah.
many people do you know that will respond to you just based on no money down? So we're talking about the physician's loan today, but there are other loan options too that allow those same benefits. So hit them with the highlights, introduce it into the conversation. And it's not specific to them, then make it more general in nature so that they can start to think and identify the who in their lives that leads back to you.
Got you. Okay, I do know that you have a presentation.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you one last question that I have over here in my notes, an
Mhm.
example of how this has worked. You know, we're visual people, so
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So we had a young lady who is a medical professional. She was a resident, let's say that, resident in oncology, and she was making $30,000 a year. But she wanted to purchase her first home because she now had entered the end of her residency and she had been offered a contract. She had not started on the contract. So the benefit of this loan option is that it will allow you to use a future dated employment contract, as long as it's no more than 150 days in the future from your closing date to qualify. And so her income went from 30,000 to 400,000 as an oncology surgeon. So you talk about a major life transition. That is
Yeah.
some major life transition. But I'm just happy to know that she was smart enough to know this is my opportunity to invest in myself
Mhm.
rather than continuing to rent, right? Because that money goes very quickly. We all know that, right? And so the more you earn, the more you spend. And if you're not specific about where you align that money, it will go. And so I'm very happy that she was smart enough to have that mindset and to be interested in purchasing, but know that that was her window. So a couple of things that worked in her favor. She had the future contract. She met the credit score criteria. She still has student loan debt, and she was hesitant, but it was excluded as part of the process because of the special calculation. And then she was able to qualify and to purchase the home. So it's actually very doable. They just don't know, and you have to guide through that process.
Got you. Something I
Mhm.
like to share is I like for every professional to be in their own lane. So I'm never going to be in a space where I'm explaining your physician's lending program. I'm going to
Mhm.
hand that over to you. I might know what they say, know enough to be dangerous. My ammunition is here's Candace's number. Look, I
Sure.
don't want to say something wrong because then that's like affecting my credibility, you know?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Um, I would say, and I'm glad you said that because I'm looking here at another screen because I did make a little script that I'm gonna share with everybody. And I'll send that out after we finish here. But I think the best way, I always tell every person that I work with, a group text goes a long way because a group text helps to connect us. It shows that we are aligned, me and the partner, but then also gives that person almost a call to action because now I got two people on the line,
Yeah.
right? I have the realtor and the lender on the line, and then here I am, right? So what do? I say okay, or I'm working on that, or give me a call, or whatever it is the response is. So I think the best way to approach it, and I just have a little script here, and it talks about the follow up and the engagement. And it says that specifically, your job is to find the interest. And that's exactly what you just mentioned. Is this person interested, or are they challenged by what I've just presented, but there's still interest in that challenge? So we keep that in mind. And then you hand off to the specialist so that they can do the math, the truth, the debunking, all of those things. So it sounds like you have a unique situation with your contract starting in next month or your student loan debt being $200,000. I'd love to connect you with our specialist, Candace Williams,
Mhm.
right? Who'll run the specific numbers and show you the underwriting offsets or loan program benefits that can help you get into that home. The goal is to get you there. So let her show you how. And so that's all you need to do. Hey, Candace, this is so and so. Can you take it from here? And you better know I'm going to jump in on it and have a
Yes.
conversation.
Perfect. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Well, we have a few more minutes. Do you want to share your presentation or do you feel like we have spoken about everything?
I think we've spoken about most of the things. I will highlight for you the not persona, I shouldn't say that, the roles, the different types of medical professionals that actually fit. So give me one second. I'm going to share this real quick for you and let me know if you are seeing
Okay.
my
And then we have a few
screen.
real estate professionals in the screen too. So if you have time for Q&A, I would love to allow
Yeah,
them
please.
to
Please, please, please.
you share your presentation. I love so much when you told me you looked into what Smile Dial was, my SMILE
I
acronym. You know, that really felt good to me.
I
I
did.
appreciate you.
I
I appreciate
did. It is important to me to be a good partner. So let me
That's why you've
share
been
with you
married for
here.
15 years.
We talk about that one. All right. Just making sure you can see my screen
I
here.
can.
Your ideal. Okay. Your ideal partner. All right. So I just want to highlight because most people say, oh, okay, wait a minute. I know a nurse practitioner.
Candace, we see your files.
You see my files. Okay.
Yes.
Give me
Okay.
1 second. Let's share it one more time.
At least it's not your emails, honey. My emails, I got like 40,000 emails.
No, I don't. No, no, no. I'm quick to respond. Okay, what about now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So again, often we'll get questions with regard to the who, like, okay, specifically who does this apply to? So I bring the screen up just to give you some clarity and some context. So you see physicians and surgeons.
Mhm.
So this is your medical professionals and surgeons as well. Your veterinarians, which you heard me mention. Podiatrists also fall within that category. Dental professionals, so dental and orthodontic.
Mhm.
Pharmacists. Pharmacists actually qualify as well, so that's a great one. And
Hmm.
then the nursing category that applies is the CRNA, which is the nurse anesthetist. So this is the nurse who is working with the anesthesiologist
Mhm.
during the surgery or procedure or whatever that they're doing. So unfortunately, RNs do not qualify for this program or nurse practitioners. Sometimes we'll get those questions, but these are the, I would say, top six here that you should focus on just in your day to day. And, you never know who knows if you don't.
Right. My cousin is actually a resident. She's about to graduate, and I'm trying to get her people together to have a session. So yes, I will keep you abreast on what that looks like. And I'm gonna send this link to her. Be like, girl, watch this YouTube video.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. It's a great opportunity. It just helps them to be able to do exactly, what they want to do and they want to purchase just like everyone else. So wanted to highlight that before we jump into Q&A. So I'll stop sharing and then, yeah, let's talk about it.
How many states are you able to assist people in?
So I am specifically licensed in Georgia, but I can refer to other states as
Okay.
well. So it'll be a clean handoff to
Yes.
whoever it is that I partner with in another state.
And that's what I do as well too. I'm licensed here in Georgia, but
Hmm.
that clean handoff, warm introduction, staying
Yeah.
in, because we know people globally who
Yeah,
need
absolutely.
you get housing,
Absolutely.
you get housing, you get housing. All right, Tony, Sonia, Anisha, Brittany, we have you in the room for Smile Dial. If you would like to put your hand up so we can do this in an orderly fashion. If anybody has a question, Candace is here to answer. I'm gonna play Sanford and Son in my head and see if dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
All right. Well, the ladies don't have a question for us. That is perfectly fine.
Okay.
No pressure, no pressure. You have definitely opened up the information that treasure box for us as real estate professionals, as we are the ones who are curating what our
Mhm.
career looks like, what niche, that's something that's important. We can help everyone, but who is it that you are going to spend your energy on, focus your time on to assist in their goals as they're purchasing? I like to share with my clients, especially those first properties as they're out looking. This is going to be your first investment property. This may not be your forever home. So we may not find everything that you need in this specific home, but as long as we're thinking of it as the stepping stone of your investment portfolio, that's what's important as we're guiding our people and changing their lives with real estate. Because this is like, there's no ceilings. Again, like we just shared, you can help somebody in another state.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be here. We don't have to be the ones doing the heavy lifting to be the visionaries and know that we have that magic wand, creating the conversation,
Mhm.
nurturing those relationships. That's something that's so important as business owners. Before we go, Candace, I definitely want you to share how, and I'll share it in the description as well, but if you can just say how people can get in touch with you.
Yeah, sure. So please, at any time, you can call me or text me at 770-764-4423. So call or text. Best way to connect me, as I mentioned, if there is a client that you're working with or someone that you want to introduce, a group text is always beneficial. That way we can stay aligned, but also I can take it from there and then set up a time with them that works on their schedule, but keep you in the loop because that transparency and communication is key. And then lastly, you can follow me on social. on Instagram at Candace, Candice, loans, the number 4, homes.
Got you. Look at
And
you.
I put
So
tips out there all the time.
good, good. So that's what, is that your handle everywhere?
Yes.
I love it. Oh, we
Yeah.
have a hand up. Tony.
Okay. Hi, good morning. I'm sorry. I couldn't anyway figure out how to come off mute. But
Hi, Tony.
I love the text message that you stated. Could you like restate that or either put it in the chat? Because I thought that was pretty clean and easy.
Mhm.
Um, that we could like
Yes,
send to
absolutely.
someone. That would be
And
very helpful.
okay, but you want me to send it to you, the document that I put together for the
Yeah,
smile kind of indicate? Okay, I'll send
please.
it.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I will
Yeah.
I'll put it somewhere so people can click on it. Tony, I definitely, and if you can just repeat it again, Candace.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was saying so I said, based on after what they describe, right? I'm interested, or this is my challenge. And if it is specifically, then you can say, hey, it sounds like you have a unique situation with your fill in the blank, whatever the challenge is. I'd love to connect you with our specialist, Candace Williams, who can run the specific numbers and show you the underwriting offsets, right? That addresses the challenge, and the loan program benefits so that we can get you in the dream home.
Okay,
Mhm.
Perfect,
great.
perfect.
Thank you.
Yes. And Tony, when she shares it, I will share it with you. So this is the end of our live YouTube session. Again, I am Makeba Evans, Global Real Estate Professional. This is Candace Williams. How do you like to, we have lender partner, mortgage professional. What is your title you like to have for yourself?
I just say loan officer.
Loan
Yeah.
officer.
Because
This is,
anytime I start saying consultant
yeah.
and
Yeah.
anything else, people get real granular and then they get real nervous. Like everybody's worked with a loan officer at some point. Make less intimidating. And the
Right, right.
personality that you see right now, I am like this 100% of the time. I don't care who the client is, but what I notice is that it brings down any hesitation and the barrier. Ask me, what's the question? Because there is a guideline and we can address it. Let's just figure it out.
I love it. I love
Yeah. Yeah.
it. So if you are watching this on YouTube and you are somebody who is looking to buy, sell, or invest, this is where we are able to assist you. This is my YouTube channel for that. So if you know anybody that's looking to do the same again in all 50 states and several countries, please share this with them. Like, subscribe. I would love to see you in the room. And again, I am a real estate professional that coaches other real estate professionals. So I have another YouTube channel. We Are Paid, PAID. We, AREPAID. So if you are a real estate professional looking to get more technical information on how to structure the foundation of your business, please find me over there. Everything that you need will be in the description. This is Smile Dial. This specific segment is called Lender's Lounge. You will see a featured lender partner, mortgage professional in the room on Thursdays. And Candace is going to be here with us on the first Thursday. So thank you, Candace, for saying yes. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your day. It is time for us to get to work from 9 to 11. If you're watching this and we pick up the phone and call you, don't send us the voicemail. We're calling to check on you. This is what we do. Build relationships, have those conversations. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you on the next time.